So now it's the next day he's come, right, and I get this phone call, right, and it's Scousher, and he's just asking me things. I can't say what it was, because like, I'm not going to repeat what's going on in that, but something heavy's gone down in the pool, do you know what I mean? And my God, listen to me now, mate, something proper heavy's gone down. We've got a mate, right, and our mate's called Jenko, and Jenko used to work with this lad, and the lad used to work for, he's like major player in the game and all that, and something bad's happened to him and all that, right, I'm going to go into it, but something bad's happened to him and all that, and there's like a 10 grand reward up for any information, I mean, like a grass and that, but what has gone down, right, it's been heavy, so, you know, Scouser and that there, mates with him, so he's like, yeah, sounds, I'll give you 10 grand. I get on the phone, right, and it weren't really for the dough and that, but it was a little bit, you know what I mean, because I needed dough, because we've spent loads of dough now, we've been off our bar and all that, and the dough we had off the tablets and all that, we've just proper gone through it. Now we've got this Malmation for a few more weeks as well, so, you know, the dough's running out, and I like living this lifestyle, I don't want this lifestyle to end, you know, where am I supposed to go now? Do you know what I mean? What I'm supposed to do now, go back to that shithole bedsit. I'm going back there, mate, and need a Zeddy, do you know what I mean? And Noodles, he's with us now, and Noodles is not going to be sleeping on the floor. Noodles has been sleeping on the floor now, with blankets. He hasn't even paid on, but he's getting scans and all that as well, because it's on this bill. So, gets a phone call, all this, and that. I get told something, so I'm like, okay. So I get to the phone, right, so I'm speaking to Jenko, and I told Jenko something, what's going on, all that. So then he's just like, I'll give you anything, I'll give you anything. I'm like, there's a reward. He's like, here's the you off. And he's like, oh, lads, I don't want nothing to do with them. I'm like, nah, it's not to do with them. I said, listen to me, lads, they'll love you for it. And you know, the lad who's done it to used to work for him. He's like, I know, lad, I know, and he's wounded and all, everyone's wounded because something bad proper happens, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to start going on about it, but something bad happens. So then Jenko phones me, he's like, lad, I know something. I said, what do you mean? So he's like, what? I said, like, get down here. He's like, I've got no dough. I said, I get a taxi down, lad. I said, get a taxi down. He's like, where are you? So I was like, in the Malmaison in Manny. He's like, yeah. I said, lad, get a taxi down now. We'll just, like, you know, we'll just do what we're doing and all this, that. Don't worry about it. We've got dough and all that. So he's like, all right, sir. So he gets a taxi down, right? Oh, my God, listen to this, right? So he tells us something. So I'm just like, oh, lad, now, I don't know what's going to happen, but something bad's going to happen, but I can't know this information and not tell these, you know what I mean? Because they've asked me to specifically look out for it, so I'm going to specifically look out for it, aren't I? So I phone Scouser, and Scouser that comes down, he's with Ease, always with Marky. Had Levy's there as well. Listen. So they've come down, we've had to go to Liverpool, so we go to Liverpool. And we sort out, we have to go to this gaff and speak to these people and all that. These people are heavy, do you know what I mean? So we've had to speak to all them. We've just done what we've done and all that. So on the way back, we were in a plate there because they were following us behind us and all that, in case like we got holes and all, they was going to block and all that. So they're following behind us and all that. And then Scouser says, yeah, I'm going this boozer. So we ended up in this boozer, we ended up having a few pints, and now we were there for ages. They took proper ages. You know, he said, only be a minute, but they were there for ages. So he's always drove my car. They come back right in this RS6. This car's a proper beast. He goes to me, listen lad, you're legit. I'm like, I'm legit. He's going, yeah, you got a license, haven't you? Like, yeah. He's going, sound you're legit in it. And I don't know whose car it was, but it was one of his mates or something like that. So he goes to me, listen lad, you know, you're crashing. I'm like, yeah, it's sad. Oh my God, this car was a proper animal. I'm legit. And I go back to money. I'm just like, Noodles, lad, listen to me now. And then he's going, lad, and I just went on the car, right? So I'm driving, right, and Noodles in the passy, and Eddie's in the back, and Noodles goes to me, like, gives a go to the car, and I'm like, all right, sir, because Noodles got a license as well, so we know we're legit in it. So pulls over, gets Noodles in the car now, and Noodles is just killing this car. Listen, I mean, like, proper kill it, red line, it just kill it. Next thing, we just get to tail, boom, blue lights on, and I'm like, lad, we're legit, stop. He's going, lad, I can't, I'm on warrant. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, oh, that's what you, I'm like, get on the motorway, get on the motorway, lose it, we just like, wow, proper flying, just getting proper chasing his absolutely chasing on it. I'm just thinking, no way, he's just specifically told me not to do that in the car, and he's going, lad, I'm on warranty to no bail, and I'll get kept in. I'm like, go. So Noodles is taking chase, literally Noodles is a proper boss jockey, right? He just did the stories, right? So he's just been taking chase, we're fucking flying, right? We're flying. We get to this roundabout, right? As we get to this roundabout, he loses the car and just wraps it into the roundabout. So we're just like, lads, scatter. So I've ran one way, he's ran the other way, and Eddie's ran the other way, so we've all just scattered. We broke up and then we've got our phones there. So I'm just hiding in this bush, right, just thinking, I can't believe it, he's just proper ran. Listen, I've never ran so fast in my life, and I'm thinking, oh my God, and my head's gone, because I'm thinking, this is Scouser's mate's car, he just fucking wrote the car off. Oh my God. So I'm walking down the street and all that, and I don't know where they are, so I phone them, and there's plot, but they're not like looking for me, they're not like looking for people on foot, you know what I mean? I don't know why, but they must be looking for 3 people, yeah? So I'm just walking past, it's just like, wah, flying past us, I'm just walking down, I just mind my own business, you know, and I don't know where they are, so I phone the Noodles, I'm like, where are you? He's going, lad, I'm such and such, I'm like, how are you that far away already? He's like, lad, I was gone, so he's like one way, he's the other way, and I'm like, Eddie, where are you? And he's going, listen, lad, I've ran the other way. And I'm like, what, you went, lads, just scattered, so I ran the other way. So he's gone back on himself, so I'm just like, we need to get to this hotel, but we've got loads of time in the hotel. So I'm like, listen, everyone just go and find somewhere to phone a taxi to, and we'll just get back to the hotel. So I phoned a taxi to this boozer, right? It was like half shut, but it was sounded blended, you know, there's people outside and all that. So I've got a taxi, I've gone to this hotel, and I'm just in the hotel, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, oh my God, so I'm downstairs, and I'm the first one back. So I've got all this out, listen to me, my head is proper gone. We've just wrote Scouser's mate's car off. Listen, we only had it for about an hour. We had noodles, then noodles comes back. I'm like, where's Eddie? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, now we need some phone. Eddie's like, I'm in a taxi, So Eddie comes back, and I'm like, lad, now this bar was a 24-hour bar in the fucking hotel, right? So I'm like, so he goes downstairs, pays for all the taxi, that goes downstairs, and we're just having a bevy, and I'm like, lad, what are we going to do? He's going, lad, let's say the car got robbed. I'm like, lad, how did the car get robbed? You can't rob them cars, lad. He's going, lad, I can. I'm like, I know, but you're a proper car thief, lad. You know, you've got all your weird equipment that fucking robs cars. What are you going to say? Oh, lad, we put the car in the amazing and what? He's going, lad, I'll say they left the keys somewhere. And I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm like, Noodles, you're getting the blame. He's like, well, I don't know, you took chase, lad. I said, listen to me now. I said, you're taking the blame for this, lad. I said, I'm not getting the blame for this, lad. He's like, nobody give you the car. I'm like, lad, I'm not asking you the car. It's always insured for anyone. That means anyone can drive the car, do you know what I mean? So he's like, and Eddie's going, oh, lad, it's to be used. I'm like, lad, what you mean? You're with us, lad. You just, what are you on about, lad? You're not just like dishing yourself away from this now, lad. If we're all getting the blame, we're all getting the blame, do you know what I mean? And he was going, lad, I'll take it on the chin. I'm going, lad, Scouser's going to fucking batter you, lad. And his mate, I don't even know his mates are, but, you know, all his mates are heavy as well. I'm like, lad, he told me if we bend it, we mend it, lad. I said, lad, what are we going to do? He's like, lad, I don't know. And I'm like, he's like, let's just sleep on it. I'm like, sleep on it, I'm not even going to sleep. We ended up on the limo and the ching and all that, right? And we're just in the hotel room. And we're just like, it ends up being like funny. Like, it is funny, but it's not funny because it's funny now because we're all off our bar laughing about it, but it's not funny. Do you know what I mean? It's not funny. You know, I had gloves on and Eddie had gloves on, but I don't think Noodles had gloves on. You know what I mean? He's saying he did, but I never seen him once with gloves on, do you know what I mean? So, lad, and I never seen you wipe the cards. I'm like, lad, you're getting nicked. If you get nicked, you're just going to get nicked for it, lad. And that's it. And what are you going to say? He's like, I'll just tell him, lad. He's like, you know, lad, they're on an idea. I'll just tell him it was fucking, you know, taking chase. And lad, it shouldn't have been taking chase. It wasn't a story. We were legit on the car. Lads, we couldn't have been any, it's the most legit we've ever been on a car, lad. Lad, and you're taking chase and you've wrapped the car. Lad's an RS6, lad. Lad's his mate's car. Lad, he's going to flip on everyone, lad. So we all just like get our heads down and all that, right? And I'm just thinking, do you know what? I can't believe this, right? And I had my phone on silent, right? But you can still see it lighting up and all that, right? And always just like, as you're nodding off and all that, everyone's going to kip. We got Noodles on the floor, right? And, do you know what? Listen to this now, right? I can just see my phone, you know, because it's dark, just a light. And then it go off, then the light. And it's probably been about 4 hours or something, or maybe a little bit longer than since we wrapped the car. So in my head, I'm thinking, shit, that's defo Scouser and that, because the busies have got the reg and they would have contacted Scouser's mates' like family, or, you know, his ma, or they would have knocked or something like that to see where he is, you know, in case it was him driving it. So I already know now it's got back to them. I'm not answering that phone now because I'm twisted. I'm playing crocodile wrestling with the blanket, you know, and you just can't go to sleep and your head's gone and all that. So I'm sitting him up, I'm having a stripe, and just go, it's not helping, right? And the sun's coming up. Listen to me now. I already know tomorrow is going to be a horrible day, right? And who's getting the blame? You know, I'm not going to grass on him, and, you know, I'm going to have to take it on the chin, aren't I? Because I'm not a grass. So if they start just screaming at me, I'm going to have to say it was me who did it, aren't I? Do you know what I mean? But why? Why are you taking chase with me, Carla? I'm going to have to be honest, there's why. Because my mate was on warrant, he was on an old bailey, and, you know, I'm going to have to just hope that it's Scouser who phones me, and not Ezo or Levy, do you know, because Levy won't care. Levy will just batter me, no matter if it's my fault or not. But Scouser, like, there's a side to him where he takes a step back and he understands, do you know what I mean? He's clever, he understands things, so let's just see what happens. So then next thing I can hear Noodles getting up, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's going, lad, I can't sleep, my head's gone, I'm proper parceling. So I'm like, Eddie's a kid. So I said, yeah, I come downstairs. So we end up going downstairs in the bar, and we're just sitting there, just having a baby and all that. And we're sitting by the door, and some fella walks in, and I said to him, lad, why are we just sitting down here by the bar? What if they walk in? He's like, what? So he's like, lad, I know the procedure when your car gets robbed and all that. And he was going, lad, I know, I can't stop thinking about it. My head's gone, lad. He's going, what do you reckon he'll do? I'm like, lad, I don't know. I said, I don't know. I said, lad, we're going to get billed for it, lad. He's like, ah. I'm like, lad, what do you reckon the car's wrote off? He's going, lad, I hit that proper heavy, you know. I'm like, I know, but when last time we seen the car, because we just scattered because Plod jumped out the car and we're like trying to chase us. Last time I seen the car, the wheel was gone. Do you know what I mean? All the front was smashed in. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I am absolutely parceling, right? So we end up going back upstairs and Eddie's awake now. He's like, where have you been? Like, in the bar, lad. He's like, to bring a bevy up. I'm like, yeah, because we did, but I just give him noodles with bevy. And he's going, lad, what? I'm like, go back downstairs and get one in, lad. I said, he just woke up, he wants a bevy. Lad, do you want to stripe? He's like, yeah. Me and Eddie are talking about it, and he's going, lad, you're going to have to tell him it was noodles. I'm like, lad, I'm not a grass, you tell him it was noodles. He's like, nah, I'm not a grass. I'm like, noodles, you're going to have to tell him it was noodles, lad. Do you know what I mean? Gonna have to. Next thing, phone was just like, burr. Oh, I look, it was Scouser, which was the good thing about it. So I've answered the phone. I'm like, all right. He's like, lad, what have you done? I said, oh, mate. I said, listen, here's what's happened. And he's going, lad, but he's like, he's not laughing, but he's laughing, but not at what I'm saying. He's laughing because Degsy's fuming in the background. And I can hear Scouser saying to him, lad, stop crying. It's only a car. That's what insurance is for. He's going, I know, but he's going, lad, shut up, lad. You're a girl's blouse. Shut up, lad. Let's see what's been done. Scouser says to me, who was it? I said, I'm not telling you. And he went, all right, so it wasn't you. He said, where's Eddie? And Eddie just comes in. Eddie comes in, because I was in the other room talking to him like in the bog. And I said to Eddie, he wants you. He's like, what the fuck does he want me for, lad? So straight away, Scousers heard him say that. And he said to Eddie, well, it definitely wasn't you neither, was it? And Eddie's like, no. He went, okay, sounds. Well, I like that he's having grassed on your mate. Where's Noodles? And Noodles has been downstairs. So he comes up with a bevy and all that. So I just gives the phone to him, and Noodles will look at him and say, you rat. And I'm like, that's how I said that. So Noodles gets on the phone, he's like, all right, Scouser goes, so all right, me, lads, what happened in the car? We just joyriding in the car like it's a stolly when it's a fucking legit car. And Noodles went, no, mate, no. He went, what happened in the car? Tell me the truth now. And Noodles goes, listen, I was driving the car, and I'm on warrant. I was on a no-bail warrant, and you know what? I've totally forgot about it. He said, and then I've been chased, and it was just flights off bail. And you know what Scouser did? He just went, go on, Sam, no problem, lad. That was it. That's just what happens. And that's it. He's like, I'll get on you later. That's it. That was it. And we're all just looking at each other like, lad, he's proper sound him, you know. He's proper sound him, you know. And what? So I'm just like, Noodles, I said, you know, think about it though. Think about what they do, lad. I said, you know, lad, he's on it, innit? And, you know, I was half right in what I was thinking last night when I couldn't get to sleep, and I was like wrestling with the blankets. Oh, mate, I was buzzing, you know. So now, you know, that's all being accepted, and if Scouse is happy, we're happy, because he'll just calm everyone down, and I don't know what he's going to do, but we're probably going to get billed for the car, aren't we? But with him saying the insurance and that, I don't know, I can't really see us getting billed for the whole car, because that's what insurance is for. He's writing what he's saying. Maybe the excess, I don't know what the excess will be. You know, the excess might be about what? Probably up to $5,000, but we've still probably got that now, so we'll give it to him, no problem at all. But now we've got no car, so we can't get round nowhere. Next thing, this landlord phones Eddie, you know, the landlord from the Florist. He's like, I need to speak to you at the Florist. When can you get round there? Now we've got no car, so we're like, oh yeah, it sounds okay, mate. Now this landlord, he's a bit abrupt on the phone and all that. Now he doesn't even know what we've done. Wait till he sees what we've done to this Florist. So we get the taxi, we go down to see him, and that's all the three of us. And as we get outside, he goes, where's your car? I'm like, oh, we can't let me man, you know, he's like, okay. He says, open the shop up, I need to point something out to you. There's a bit of damage that I need to point out to you, but don't worry, I'll get it sorted when the money starts coming in. So I just start laughing, and Eddie starts laughing, and he's looking at us, what are you laughing at? Maybe we owns the shop up, right? And he just walks in, and you should have seen his face. He's just looking round. There's artificial flowers there. Gaff looks like it's worth £1 million, and he just looks at us, and he goes, what is it you do? So straight away, I said, my dad's a millionaire, and you know, he wants me to just like do well in my life. So straight away he goes, right, okay. Now the dough, what he would have had to put into this shop for it to be like workable, would have been grands and grands and grands. So do you know what? The fella was proper sound, and he just said, all right, Sam, well, I'm going to give you 6 months rent free. 6 months rent free for the work you've done it, because he knows quite well when we leave that shop and we take all what we've got in there out, it's still a boss shop. It's all being plastered, all, you know what I mean? All new spotlights in the ceiling, the floors, like oak floor, marble counters. It's worth Brucey's. So in his head, he's like, yeah, it's sound. But then he just looks at it and says, right, listen, do you know who I am? And I just looked at him and said, what do you mean? Do you know who you are? He goes, well, do you know who I am? And I'm like, I don't know where you're going with this, mate. he's like, well, you know, listen, right, I've got this firm, and he ends up being like, oh, what he's saying is that he's some big top head or something like that, or he's making out. Now, you know what, to be fair, he does look like he is one, but he doesn't know who we are. I don't mean us, but he doesn't know where we're, right? So you see all this bullshit what you're saying to me now, do you know who we are? Listen, lad, you better fucking do some homework, mate, you know, we start all that with us. So we're just being sound, he hasn't said nothing bad, he's just trying to, and he might just be saying it just so that we don't do nothing bad, you know what I mean? He's going, no illegal activity in the shop, you know. And I'm like, listen, mate, I've got loans off me dad, and I've got this, I've done this and all that. And he's going, it's some fucking loan, that lad, isn't it? So he's like, can I have a look around? Now he's asking us, can he? Do you know what I mean? Because he's the landlord and I've got rights. So we're like, yeah. He's walking around, you can see all tellies everywhere, you can see gyms and all that. And he's just like, he's proper impressed. He's impressed how kids, no, to him, we're kids, how we've just done that. Do you know what I mean? And in that like small space of time as well. And then he sees the 24-hour sign and he goes, what's this? And I'm like, we're going to do a 24-hour Florists. And he goes, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, yeah, well, here's what we're doing. We're going to do it online and that. And there's people who are from different countries. And he's going, oh, you're trying to go global with it? We're like, well, online, I know proper blagging. I don't even know where. You know what? I've been hanging out with Scouts for too long. I'm just fast on my feet. And you know what? I look up to Scouts, mate, his boss. He's like, you know, the things he's done already and all that. And listen, so this fella, right, he does seem like a bit of an head, but I don't reckon he's got nothing on Scouts and Ezo and all that, and he probably will know Ezo, won't he, obviously, do you know what I mean? But let's just leave that where it is for now. Let's just keep him as a landlord, do you know what I mean? We're not going to do it, but you know what? And in my head I'm thinking, no, if you fucking ever say a word to me, mate, I will get the firm down that fast as shame, and we'll fucking blow the shop to pieces. Now, it doesn't need to be like that, because you have to have different types of life, do you know what I mean? You have to have like a work life, a legit one, and then you have to have what you're doing in the underworld or in the underground. Now, we're deep now, listen, we're deep now, you know, me, Noodles and Eddie, right? We are in with this firm, I don't care what you say, you know, they give us the car, we've wrapped the car, they bought us all kinds of everything like that, but in my head, secretly, I'm like thinking, if these got a little list with a bill on what we're going to have to pay back, you know, like, you know what I mean? So, you know, thinking that's always give us, you know, we were supposed to give him the 20 grand and then he gives it back and he gives another 30 grand, you know, think about it, never had nothing like that in my life. It's like, you know, I'd love him to be my dad, I'd love Scouser to be my dad. Sounds mingy and like, you know, being gay on, but I'd love him to be my dad, because, you know, he's got kids as well, you know, he's got 2 little kids, I don't know, like, nothing about it, but I just know he has, and I was just thinking, you know what, you know, like, his kids, they must just have smashed it already, and they just smashed it before they even get to school. Belter fella, listen, believe me now. So we phoned the taxi, we get back, now we're sitting in the bar, right, and we're in the bar in the Malmaison, in the like, hotel. I get a phone call, and it's Ezo, and I'm like, alright, what's happening? And he goes, there's going to be someone coming there now, right, he's going to leave keys to the reception desk for you, and logbooks, fill the logbooks in. I want you to go straight to the post office now, right? I want you to send the logbooks back in your proper name. I want you to take a picture of it, and I want you to do it by record delivery. And I'm just like, what do you mean? He's going, never mind, what do you mean? And he's going, there's going to be trade plates on the car because you're not insured yet. So I'm just thinking, what's happening here? So about half an hour goes past. Next thing, this fella, you should see the size of this fella. Listen to me now. I swear, he looks like Brock Lesnar. Brock, like, just proper ringer of Brock Lesnar, massive. And he just walks in. So I walk up and says, alright mate, he just proper ignores me. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably, he just ignores me. So he put these keys on the counter in an envelope and just walks away, and that's it, with these logbooks in it. So I goes over, and she's like, alright, so I said, yes, that's me. And she's going, he was a bit abrupt, wasn't he? I was like, I don't know, mate, always this envelope, right, there's logbooks, right, and car keys, and it's Volkswagen car keys, goes out, there's a VR6 outside. Oh my God, with slate plates on it. Now, I didn't really understand what slate plates were, but Noodles was on it. He goes, we like, that means you can drive the car. It's like, you know, a garage, insurance and all that. You can drive with them plates and like that. So I'm like, Sam, like, let's go do it, mate, get in this car. Yeah, my God, it was a beast, proper beast, right? So we go to postie, sorts all the loggies out and all that, and then just sends the picture and all that. Next thing, Scouser phones up and he goes, lad, give me your name and address and everything I need like that, and I'll sort insurance out for you now. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, give me everyone else's as well. I'm going to get 3 years insured on this car. Listen to me now. I'm going to give you this car. This car's off me. It was a write-off. So it's like a cat or a cat. I don't know what he was on about. He said, now, it's a belter car. There's nothing wrong with the car. It's always being fixed in my mate's garage. And it's Ezo's mate as well. Ezo's got a garage in Manny. So that's the car. That's your car now. And we're giving it to you, right? Listen to me now, because we're going to get rid of this plate, because the plate's outside where we are, and we don't want it around. Yeah, there's my phone, one sec. Yeah, listen, let me just break character a minute, right? My mate's on his way now, and I've got to go and do something, so I'm just going to carry this story on for as long as I can until my mate comes, all right? And that's that. So it's about 20 minutes so far. I'm going to try and get to 45, but I don't know because something's happened and I've got to go and deal with it, right? So let's get back into the character, right? So we decided to go on a little ride, like around the city and all that, just have a little look around in this fucking golf and all that. So we're flying. Next thing you see this card and recognise it. I'm like, no way. And the last three letters on the reg, I remembered it. And it's my mate Azzo. Now Azzo is my mate who, when I went down there first, I knocked at his, to go stay at his, and he wasn't there, he was away with his dad. I just totally forgot about him, know what's going on and all that. So I'm just like, beep. I know what I told, let's do that. This is how he does it, right? And I was saying to my mate, listen, there's my mate there, Azzo, and no one knew he was. I didn't know he was. Like, he went, who's Azzo? He said, lad, he's a fucking proper banger. And he's going, I've never heard of him. I'm like, listen to me, lad, he's a banger. So I said, let's just have him off the wall. So we're behind him and now we're flashing and all that. And all you can see in his review mirror is just like lads in the car chasing him. So I'm saying to him, listen, he'll jump out the car in front of you, know. And I'm like, nah, I'm like, listen to me, lad, he will jump out the car in front of you. And I know him, he's like me proper good mate, you know what I mean? I haven't seen him for ages, but he's proper good mate. And I know him, he's got more front than Blackpool, let me tell you right now, I know he will. So we're following, right? And I knew what he was doing, because he was trying to like go places where, if it was just coincidence, we wouldn't follow him. So he does a left up the side street, so we follow him, and he goes round and then goes back up the side street. So as we follow him round, goes back up the side, he just slams on right, jumps out the car with a hammer, and just comes running over. And I just put the window and go, lad, you're dead. He's going, no way, lad. He's going, lad, I thought I was getting proper done or something there, you know, lad. I was going to, and the lads in the car, we knew the they were just like, yeah, lad, he's proper got front. He's like, what? He's going, what's that? And he looks at Eddie, and he goes to Eddie, are you Tony's mate? And then he goes, yeah. And he goes, no way. And he goes, lad, I've seen you before. He's going, where, lad? So they end up talking. They end up doing know each other. And he's like, no way, lad. But he didn't know his name. But he knew his face sort of thing, you know what I mean? And they're just like getting on. And he's going, what are you doing with him? What are you doing with Spackle, lad? Spackle, what are you doing now, do you, lad? I said, didn't know, didn't you, Mark? Said, I knocked yours, you lad. She said she knocked that, lad. But didn't say what for. And he's going, and I've tried to phone her, but I haven't got your number. I'm like, I'm on a new number, lad. And he's like, yeah. So he's like, no way. He's going, what are you up to? We're like, well, we're in the Malmaison, man. He's going, why? So I'm filming him in all that. And he doesn't know Scouse at all. He knows our levy, but he doesn't know Scouse and that. And I'm like, lad, we are proper deep at that fair. You know, and he's going to me, lad, bend me on. I'm like, what? He's going, lad, bend me on. He's going, I'm not even working no more, lad, bend me on. And I'm like, what? He's going, lad, bend me on. He's going, lad, I'll do anything, lad. He's going, lad, I've got bills coming out of my ears and all that. He said, bird fuming on me and all this and all that. And I'm like, go on, sound. So you know what? Now there's 4 of us. Now we are a solid 4-man firm, just like a mixture of Manx and Scousers. And listen to me now, we are flying. This is going to be heavy. So I'm like, yeah, I said, follow us then, lad. He's like, nah, he's going through my car's got no insurance. I'm like, hasn't it? No. He's like, no. I'm like, that bad? He's going, lad, listen to me, I'm on my ass bad. I said, yeah, we'll follow you to yours, put your car away, jump in this car. He's like, go on, son. I said, get some stuff to stay. He's like, what's it, lad, stay in the hotel with us? And he's going, yeah. I'm like, lad, I'm getting a flour with noodles. Top and tail the flour with noodles. He's like, go ahead. I'm like, lad, it's all paid for. Everything. He's like, lad, we can just drink what we want, we can do what we want. And he's going, yeah. He's going, what off them? He's going, lad, how are you in with them that much? I was going, lad, there's loads to tell you. So we goes to this, drops his car off, and then gets in our car, and we're just flying, I'm just filling it in. I'm going, lad, he's bought his car. He's going, why are the tray plates on the car? I'm like, lad, I don't even know. And he was like, well, here's why. And just started hitting him with all kinds. And he's like, oh yeah, because he's on it, you know what I mean? And he's going, lad, lend them tray plates. I'm like, lad, I can't. He's going, lad, when your car's insured, lend them tray plates so I can drive around. And I'm like, all right, sounds, you know, no one's told me to give no tray plate back or nothing like that. So, what? Do me make a favour, you know? I don't want to push me luck, though. You know, I don't want to push me luck, but I'm like, go on, Sam. I said, you know what? I thought I'll just ask him anyway. He's like, go on, Sam. So next thing, we're all in the hotel, right? And we're just having a bevy and all level with our mate. We're having a proper laugh. And you know what? It's boss, mate. It's boss. So there's me, there's Azzo, there's Noodles, and there's Eddie, right? And Azzo and Eddie, they're already mates. They're not mates, but you know what I mean? They're familiar with each other. So they're just getting on with it. Listen to me, it's a proper boss firm now. You'd think Scousers and Manx, you know, they don't get along. Listen to me now. We have got a proper tight firm, right? And the backup we've got, do you know what I mean? It's unbelievable. He hasn't heard of Ezo. I don't mean he hasn't heard him, but he hasn't heard him being with Scousers and that. So he's talking to him about Ezo, and he's like, Ezo from where? He's like, yeah, he's going, lad, he's sick, him. And he's going, lad, they're all sick. He's going, lad, Scouse and all them, lad. And then he knows Levy anyway. He's going, that's a proper heavy firm, man. So I'm telling him about what happens, you know, the everything that happens. And he's going, lad. Now, we got 10 grand, so we split it 4 ways. You know, we got 2.5 grand each, but Jenko, we got dropped off, didn't he? So we ended up with the 7.5 grand. And then when we took chasing that, but we took the dough with us anyway. Eddie had the dough. So we was in like a rucksack, and he had the rucksack on with both, like sitting in the back of the car with a rucksack on, so when he took chase, we've had the dough anyway, just in case we took chase, but we weren't supposed to take chase, but it's just, you know, it's just natural, isn't it? And it was a good job we did. Imagine we left the dough in the car with 3 wounded, so we're just like, lad. So I'm like, I said, lad, what are we going to do? He's like, this, that. Now, we still had a bit of dough in our account, right? So I said, yeah, because listen to me now, he's done proper good favours for me. So I'm like, yeah, what do you need? What money do you need, lad? He's going, well, that's transferring right now. And he's going to me, lad, you proper lands on your feet there, you know. Now, the dough, what's in the account, you know, there's a few grand left over now. I'm not going to rob it because it's not our dough, but I've got the dough there where I can give back and I'm happy to it, you know what I mean? Because, you know, listen to me now, he's one of my good mates, and, you know, that's who I called on, you know what I mean? He's my mate who I called on when I was in trouble. Now, he wasn't in, but he would have stood on for me. So I'll stand on for him. So I'll just give him a few grand and he's going, oh lad, nice one. So he sent his Mars some dough. His phone his Mars, like, listen, I've got that dough there, I'll give you a bit extra. His Mars was like, oh, listen, you know, they're having a little reunion because they must be arguing over something, whatever's going on. And they're all saying that. And you know what, it felt good. It was like a warm feeling, knowing that I've been able to help someone. All right, we might be about, we could possibly be about 70 grand in debt. But no one's hit us with a bill, and I haven't accepted no bill. So as far as I'm concerned now, listen to me now, the turn of events, we are flying, and I mean we are flying, right? So let's see what happens there, right? You know, we're in the hotel, we're all having a baby, and then next thing, this lad called Marky, right? He rings us off a new number, but I didn't know it was him. He goes, what's happening? And I recognised his voice because he's like a proper like Leeds lad, you know, says all like the way they talk and all that, so I'm on it. And I'm like, what's happening, mate? I'm like, what's happening? And he's like, well, listen, here's what we want to do. Scouser wants you to come up to Liverpool. I'm like, when? He said, not today, tomorrow. And he's going to bring you somewhere, right? You're coming on your own, don't bring no one else. But he wants to introduce you to something. And I'm just like, yeah. And I'm thinking, you know, if that's their graft, you know, if that's their factory, you know, if he brings me there, right? Listen to me now. It's going to be one of them things where once you know certain information, right, you are in deep, right? And listen to me. If he does that for me, if he brings me into this factory, I don't mean like bends me on it, but even if he just brings me there, think about that. That means we've moved up a level, haven't we? So, what's going to happen with that? What's going to happen with that? So I haven't even said a word. I'm not saying a word. Listen to me. I'm not even telling Noodles. I'm not saying a word. I'm just not saying nothing. So I'm like, Sans, when it was the phone down, he's like, what was that? I said, oh, no, just some kids, one of their friends, what just talking to me about the car. Like, yeah. Now, oh my God, listen to me. I've got like goosebumps. And I'm thinking, I know I'm probably just like, you know, over projecting how deep I am in with them, but it could be